Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, depending on where you're watching us or listening from. This is Leadership Talk with Adegoke, the 78th podcast. And I'm so privileged to have with me Sadiq Bello, is the founder of Work Central NG. They're based in Nigeria and they're adding value in the co-workspace environment. How are you today, sir?
I'm all right, fantastic. I'm so very much happy to be here. Let me just readjust my camera properly.
Okay.
Yes, into some
Some skills to operate in the co-working space. What are the challenges if a leader is not able to provide the required leadership in that space? What's likely to happen?
So is just a quick clarification. Is your question more talking to the operator of the co-working space or for
Yeah,
the customer within the
the,
co-working?
the operator, well, the leader, who the
Okay.
set person. Yeah.
All right. So like every other business, co-working is not very different. One of the biggest or the most difficult resource. I remember my secondary school days when we were taught economics. Interestingly, it's been taught in primary schools today. So you have four factors of production, and one of them is labor, right?
Mm,
Um, it seems to be the most important factor, arguably, and hence the same thing. So, for the operation of a co-working space, you have myriads of different people coming together, different backgrounds. For a leader to be able to have that right vision to move and guide the teams to achieve the set out goals is usually very it's an Herculean task, and it's not that it is more difficult in co-working. It's just that co-working is just like hospitality business. It's like you run an hotel. The foundation of co-working is customer service.
yeah.
So how do you get the man at the gate in the co-working space? The security man at the gate to understand that customer service is that's where the journey of the customer starts from. So
Mm,
imbibing that into people that directly work in customer service and non-customer service or shared services, back-end services, it's really the Herculean task. So, but
mm,
again, you try to train and retrain. You try to look for that opportunity to always communicate clearly within your team to let them understand that the customer journey is actually from the gate. So
mm.
I come in together, I meet the gate man. As I'm working, I meet the cleaner, or I meet maybe the office assistant on the road. As a customer, it builds a psyche for me around who exactly this customer is. Will I want to work within this environment? How would I feel when my own customers come into this environment? And
That's right.
hence, customer service is is the fundamental of co-working.
Wow, wow. I love that so much because that's my space. I'm a certified customer service trainer, as you know,
Also,
and
I
I love all.
know. I know.
I'm so passionate about that area. Uh, and also my book, Customer Retention and Experiential Approach, I presented it to you at my last meeting
Yes. Yeah.
with you. And I'm sure you have taken some notes, and I can see that you're already applying some of the nuggets there.
Yes, we are. We are.
The, so these things it can be hidden. If a business is not doesn't have a culture of service, it cascades down to every part of that business. And you're quite apt that the co-working space, it's about service, service delivery, recovery issues, being proactive and staying ahead of the curve. Now I know that there's some exciting things that Work Central is doing at the moment in the area of adding, value and creating what I can call a disruption in the market. Now, what is that thing that, you know, uh, you know, um, or what are those things that Work Central is doing right now? Those exciting things.
Okay, so thank you very much, Adekoke. Awesome question, and it's one area that I always like to speak about. So So we are very, I see us as being a very small company, but very nimble, very agile, and very flexible. We are very adaptive to the changes that we see within our space, and
Awesome.
our effect has been very resounding. So I'll give an instance. So a few years back, even before COVID, we started to think around, how do you start to do virtual office? A few companies in Nigeria had not started then. It was something that was already common within within the Western country, within the more developed markets. So I could confidently say that we were one of the first, if not the first, to
Awesome.
start as a disruption. We got a lot of
Congratulations.
success. Thanks. We've got a lot of success in that area. We've got a very healthy mix of local and foreign companies within our community, and we are seeing a growth even though in that area. So what's
Mm.
next? What's the new thing for us? For us, when we started Work Central, the vision into the future was to see. For us, we believe that, or we run a philosophy where we believe that if we own 1% in 100 companies, it was worth more our while than owning 100% in just one
Mm.
company.
So
So
true.
that philosophy is to see how we would also see how we develop small businesses. As
Awesome.
we grow, as we're going in our growth, we will also want to make sure that we also help, as many businesses as possible impact in those businesses. So for us, it's not just about co-working. We are not just co-working providers. Even in some cases, when I'm asked what industry are you in, I see myself more into technology than co-working itself.
Mm. Mm.
The reason being that for us, we feel that we must look for constantly seek ways by which we must impact small businesses. So, what are we doing next? With the support of Leadership Talk with Adibuke and
Yeah.
First Degree Consulting, we are starting a series of business consulting suits. We've done this in the past, pre-COVID, but we're picking it up again. And
Yeah.
perspective of the industry. So we're going to be having business clinics for small businesses.
Awesome.
Um, the way you get into those business clinics is to come for one of our events, which will be coming up soon. There are 3 events in different topical issues around AI, emotional intelligence, issues around advanced selling skills, issues around negotiation, it's different conversation, customer
Awesome.
retention,
Well done.
so we would have those events. Most majorly will be free, and it will be happening across Lagos. Will be coming right next to you. So if you plug in into any of this, it leads you into our clinic where we would handle you, and we do a bit of business engineering
Awesome.
for already existing business. For startups, we sit with you to do a design thinking, to map out that idea, that ideation that you have, and blow it out, help guide you into making it something that is real. So that's what we're looking into the future, and this will be coming up in the coming months.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for speaking to that. I'm so excited about the collaboration that we're having. This is something that is, for me, it's a dream come true to add value, not just locally, but also globally. And this would also push, our shared values into the space, on a larger scale. If I can speak to the area of, empowering SMEs, I've been an SME for quite a bit myself. And what has helped me to scale is also in getting new knowledge because the things have changed, the narrative has changed. Businesses need to be agile, resilient, need to stay engaged, keep up the momentum. And sometimes it can be very challenging to operate in this business climate, and I'm excited that even what we're speaking to at the next platform, I'm sure you know the platform run by Pojo Yemade. They're talking
Yeah.
about, how to thrive, in a very challenging business climate. I mean, I'm just paraphrasing it now. That's the next, the theme for the platform on the 1st of May. the yearly program that they run. So around how businesses can, scale up and thrive. So we are going to be doing the business clinic with Work Central, and it's going to be an amazing time. Um, Basically, what we're going to be doing is adding value in the area of EI, in the area of advanced selling skills and customer retention as well. So I'm just so excited about the opportunities that we're bringing into the space. It's such a privilege, and I'm excited because there are quite a number of businesses out there that need support, that need something fresh, something new. So, yeah, thank you for speaking to that. Now, I just want to ask three more questions because this has been very, very good. Um, I also want to speak to the fact that um, if there's any leader out there that is running, a workspace, what would you like? Two things that you like to advise
So,
from experience. Yeah.
from experience, so I've lived all my business life on three cardinal areas, and it's been working for me.
Yeah.
And research has shown that it usually provides you outcomes that are unprecedented. For me, it's
Yeah.
number one is of all is technology, and I'm not
Mm.
saying this because I'm a technology enthusiast. I strongly believe that most business today in this era is technology. We are speaking today as a result of technology, right? I'm being able to come to this podcast, leadership talk with Adekunle, because technology is giving me this opportunity, and a lot of people can hear me anywhere from any part of the world. So,
That's right.
making technology a core ingredient in your, a core ingredient in your business is it cannot be overemphasized. The other thing is your process. We continue to instill and create processes. Yes, even though you need to be agile, if you're small, very
Mm.
flexible, but the processes helps your business to scale. You
Mm.
need to create a process whereby things would work, whether you're there or not. Because as you in that growth strategy, you would find out that there are a lot of distraction in your journey,
Mm.
and it helps you ensure that the process is right, and you take your time to create those processes.
Mm.
Yes, a bit of deviation and flexibility, but you would always not be far from due not,
Mm.
right? You always find a way back to not.
Mm.
And the last of it being the most important person is your people,
Mm.
your people. Um, it's like we're saying initially. You remember when I mentioned those factors of labor, factors of
Yes.
production,
Labor,
labor being
capital.
important,
Yeah.
yeah, labor, capital, land. So labor is
Mm.
very important. It's even as economists, they will tell you it's about 90% of everything. So you might
Mm.
have excellent land. If you don't have the labor, you won't get the right product. You
Mm.
might have very poor land. If your labor practices are excellent, you get remarkable outcomes.
Mm.
So the labor part, your people part, is very, very essential, and
That's right.
you must continue to iterate. You must
Mm.
continue to ensure that once you get the right set of people, it's very difficult to get that right set of people. Once you get that, ensure you keep them, ensure you make them stay happy, connect properly with them, let them have a shared
Vision.
form of responsibility, yes, shared vision, some ownership. Ownership is one of those things we'll be discussing in our business clinic.
Yeah.
Um, so making sure that the employees have ownership in the business and the vision. They own that vision themselves, not just you.
Mm.
It makes your journey a bit faster. It makes you to reach your destination faster. So those are
Awesome.
the three cardinal areas that I would always advise anyone that is looking
Wow.
to come to this space or is
Wow.
being currently in this space.
Wow. 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 That's so good. That's so good. Shared vision, technology, and also your human capital. All right. Now, I just want to celebrate you. I mean, thank you for what you're doing. I mean, the collaboration with Leadership Talk with Adegoke with Work Central. It's an exciting one. We're adding value. You are also adding value. I know we have Twitter Spaces. On the Twitter Space, we do that weekly, isn't it?
Yes,
every Saturday.
Every Saturday.
We've had
Although we're looking
sessions.
at moving the time to later in the evening because of the football.
Yeah.
It's been really exciting. We've had some very exciting time.
Yes, and we're also moving to Clubhouse as well. I mean, we're starting on Clubhouse. Because you see, the truth of the matter is that what we have, the knowledge in the knowledge space, there's a lot of gap in that space, and what Work Central is trying to do is to close that gap in collaboration with Leadership Talk with Adegoke, and we're bringing into play the expertise, the knowledge, the creativity, and the ability to stay agile. Because agility has been a major challenge for a lot of small businesses, and so that's what we're bringing in to help businesses, overcome those obstacles. And I'm just so excited. So congratulations to you, Work Central as well. And I know that your team is well prepared because there are a lot of exciting opportunities ahead. Now, the second to the last question. Now, Work Central. If our listeners want to reach Work Central, how do they reach Work Central?
So we are almost on all platforms. We are on Twitter, LinkedIn, because those are the platforms where you meet your customers. And I recall in one of our Twitter Spaces conversation where we discussed where you should be, where your customers are. So for us, we are on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're now on Clubhouse. Courtesy of Adegoke. So we're now on Clubhouse as well. So you can reach us on all of this platform at the handle Work Central NG. Our direct number is 070-433-03377. That number is also our WhatsApp number. It's hot. You can reach that number 24 hours, 24/7, 7 days a week. So it's always available, and you always reach us on that number.
Awesome.
Our website is workcentral.ng.
Wow, awesome. You've heard it from the man, but before we wrap up, I just want to ask one last question. So who are your mentors? Do you have mentors?
Well, yes.
Okay.
So, okay. Now, I need to get clarification. A mentor is the person you have a direct conversation with, right?
Well, not all the time. You can have mentors from, virtual and those that you are.
Virtual. Okay, so the biggest of them, the biggest of them in that list is Richard Branson. Virgin.
Wow.
Yes, that's. I've always admired him since the years he invested in Nigeria, Virgin Nigeria. So I followed him and followed his business growth.
Model.
Yeah, has been model. Apart from that would be Michael Dell of Dell Computers.
Wow.
So those are two guys that I hold in high esteem. Had a few conversations with Michael many years ago.
Wow.
Yes, I have some other mentors along the line, physical ones that are across the country. I've been opportunity to work for multinational companies, so I have them around. But the biggest two is Richard Branson and Michael Dell.
All right. Well, you've heard it once again from the man, the founder of Work Central, a man that is agile, resilient, focused, and staying fresh and adding value with his team, Work Central. And we are pleased to also collaborate with them. They are the sponsors of Leadership Talk with Adegoke podcast. And I just want to celebrate you for coming to share your perspective. And I'm sure that those who are going to be watching the replay, because even while we are doing a small session, live session, people have been coming in to pop in, but this will be also put on all our various platforms, Apple, Spotify, for our listeners globally. So thank you so much for coming. You want to say bye-bye to the audience or just
Yes, so thank you. Bye-bye. It was awesome. Thank you, Adegoke, for the leadership.
Thank you.